Hi, this is Susan Kibler, live from Lviv, and I wanted to show you where I am living this time. I always take an apartment in different places so that I can, I don't know, enjoy different places. And so I'm staying here. I'll do you a tour of the apartment later, but one of the things I actually like, I know you're like, here, where is this? We'll walk to the center and you can see, but it's probably, I don't know, 10 minutes from the center of the city. One of the things that's really interesting, take a look here. There's a road you can drive on, and I know you think this is absolutely ridiculous, but most of the center of Lviv is cobblestones that you can only walk on, so they're walking only. And so when you have to get a taxi and you have to have luggage, you have to take it for a very long time. So it's a little uncomfortable. So this is actually really nice. So show you another cheese shop. Okay, I can't buy lots of cheese because then I will leave it here, but it's great. So, you know, most of the stores here have everything, but in Lviv there seems to be quite a lot more cheese stores than I remember. Again, what do they say? Never go shopping for something when you're hungry. That you don't need to worry at all about language here. You can see behind me, the signs are in multiple languages. Generally the third is English. So if you don't panic when you look at the top, you won't have to worry about anything. And so many people speak English here as well, but the signs are all in English as well. So everyone's getting ready for spring and summer. It's so beautiful today. So I want to show you, there's really every kind of flower that you can have. Of course, back where I live, there are so many deer that they would eat everything. Even those plants that they say, oh, everything's going to be fine, deer don't eat those, they do. You go out and there's just little stems with no flowers. Actually, some of them they'll eat down to the ground. So then there's no stems even. Today is Sunday, and they're celebrating. This is Islamic Orthodox, Christian Orthodox. So the church is all full. The church is all full. It's very beautiful. I don't know if you're going to see this because they're going to move, but if you look this direction, you see the motorcycles? So the motorcycles are all food deliveries. It started with COVID and it's extremely popular. You can order from almost everywhere. You know, all the menus are online. It's just like anywhere in the world. Any kind of food. I'm taking way too many videos, so I haven't yet had coffee. So every time I keep seeing these things, and they're everywhere, all I want is coffee. So I'm gonna hurry on my way, but I'm glad you're getting these videos in. Or, excuse me, I'm glad you're able to see these videos. See, you can tell. I can't even get everything together in the morning without a beautiful coffee. Okay, remember I told you there's a lot of different trends. Okay, to go back to remember, first was sushi, and then was lemonade. So I want to describe what they call lemonade because it's really not like what we'd cost. So it's like all these drinks, you know, they call it lemonade, and this they only have two. This is strawberry, and this one is lime, pear, and half grapes and blueberries. But they also have like frozen coffee drinks. So you can see I really need my coffee right now. And so you can see, also take a look, the prices. So you can see, okay, so like the coffee is $1.50 roughly. I do everything like 40 to 1. It can be a little higher, a little lower, but that's the easiest way of calculating. So today is Mother's Day, and so I wanted to show you how gorgeous these flowers are. All my staff is enjoying the time with their families. Sorry, someone just tripped in front of me. I wanted to show you the sort of flowers they have here. It's just unbelievable. So here we go. I looked at Delivering Dreams colors. Isn't it gorgeous? I looked at Ukrainian colors. Look at these roses. Fantastica. And then I know her favorite color is orange, but there's not that much orange. Like, sort of orange, but like not quite. Wow, I can't find anything orange. There was a little bit more orange yesterday. And of course, this is my namesake flower, the black-eyed Susans. Or maybe it's a sunflower. Uh-oh, it's a sunflower. It's a sunflower. So I wanted to film something with him. Let's go a little far away so that I don't block his thing. So I wanted to film with him, but he's too busy because it's Mother's Day. But you saw what I got. But there's a really funny story. So I was looking, and then it was a beautiful bouquet. Okay. It was spectacular. And I was like, this is exactly what I want. And he's like, and I didn't understand it. It was like he didn't want to sell it to me. And then like a young man comes in and picks it up, and he explained to me that it was already sold. So it's this really funny thing. But he goes, wait, and he did the same thing for me. And Oksana really loved it, so I was really, really happy. So take a look. This is one of the signs of war. They've just put up the protection just in case anything would fall on it. But you can see how minor it is. I actually had to ask because I thought it was scaffolding where they were, doing some repairs or something. So if I didn't ask, I wouldn't have known that was to protect it, during the war. So it's almost like nothing's going on here. I hope that you'll be able to look around. They're selling flowers on the street. Everything's so calm and lovely. All the cool things in Lviv. They had, this is the menu. So it's everywhere. Ready? Trend number, whatever it is, 3 or 4. Hot dogs. Must have hot dogs. Okay, and then we have to look for, I don't see lemonade, but there's probably lemonade, sushi, and burgers. I'm sure of it. But just look, this place is so cool. It's more of a lunch place than a breakfast place. So, cool, yeah? Wow. I had to touch, but they aren't real. They just look so. See, trend. Big burger. The funny thing is what they consider a big burger is like, and if they saw the serving size in the US, I mean, it would shock them. That's why no one here is huge. Well, not only is the portion size small, but look, everyone's walking everywhere. A chicker? Wasn't what I wanted. I think I already said that this looks so beautiful, I had to try it. But the really cool thing is that this straw is made of, wood's not the right word, but it's not made of plastic, so it's biodegradable. A lot of places in the world has to learn from Ukraine. I wanted to show you that they're doing work underground, and I walked by yesterday, and as they were doing the pipes on one end, they were filling it in so fast. And by the time I came back from where I was going, it was already done. You couldn't even tell that any had been ripped up. And I just want to talk to everyone that does infrastructure. And it was on the weekend that they were working. That means that we have, whole potholes and holes on our sidewalks and everything like that. So again, I think we should learn from Ukraine to keep things safe and fix their streets so fast. Here in Lviv, it's actually interesting. They eat gelato. Gelato is much more popular than ice cream. But in Kyiv, I was just there yesterday, day before, ice cream is more popular than gelato. It's actually, I don't remember even seeing gelato on the streets. But here it's everywhere. Almost every restaurant has outside something like this. I'll show you more as we go. Look, another of these horrible little dogs. Okay, they're really, really cute. I'm sorry. Please don't take this personally. I don't have a thing against the dogs, but my cats are bigger. And I do want to tell you that this is the new trend, so I want you to believe me. So I'll try to show you all the little dogs. And here, actually now, this pizza restaurant has been here forever. It's a chain. And I'm all upset because we used to have one I'm on the higher floor of my apartment in Kyiv. And right downstairs used to be one of these restaurants. So we could just run down and up and anything to get food anytime. And they switched it to a Belgian coffee and I think waffle store, which is all good, but I don't know. It doesn't have the vibe that the old pizza place had. That was really, really delicious too. Rynok Square in Lviv. This beautiful Catholic cathedral. The cathedrals here differ from those in Kyiv. There they all have golden domes, the more traditional of the Eastern Orthodox. Here, they're much more Western looking. Well, Western European. So I almost laughed. I said, someone's going to think I'm in Vienna or something because it's so gorgeous here and it's such a European city that you might not even identify or think that I'm in Lviv. And especially if you just look around, I mean, you can follow me. I'll just like so that you can see the view. I don't want to be hit by a bike, but everywhere we are, there's millions of people out, and the architecture is very Western European. So when you're here, it feels like Europe, and I think you could mistake it for many, many places in Western Europe. Vienna, Prague, trying to think, Krakow, in some places. Trying to think, not coming up with everyone, but in Lviv in early May 2023, and you can see it is hopping here in the streets of the center. It's absolutely beautiful weather. I would say low 70s in Fahrenheit, and everyone's out. It's Sunday, and you can tell all the cafes are full. Everyone is everywhere walking. Walking is a really, really popular thing here. That sounds really silly. I mean, walking is walking, but everyone gets out and enjoys the weather. There's not so much like sitting inside watching TV and stuff as here. So you can crowd watch and people watch and just enjoy the sights. So, beautiful day. The neat thing, it's kind of funny because I've been here so many times in my life and lived anyway. There are places I consider like mine, my this, my that, my everything. So these Italian bakeries are just really, really good and interesting. I would say it's not like traditional Italian bakeries, but they have like their own twist and it's delicious. And then like Bruzzi Cafe, you know, my cafes, the wine drinks with honey. Honey is huge here. You can get so many different kinds of honey. Honey with like just from one flower. If you know the bees are, I don't know how they control the bees and just get them from one flower. Honeys with mixed, dark honeys, light honeys, any kind of honey. It's like so big. The only thing I can think about, there's probably other things, but sour cream. You have never seen so many different kinds of sour cream. You can go in the farmer's market and there'll be an entire, like, I don't even know how to tell you how big, like at least 20 feet of people selling different sour creams. Thicker, thinner, higher fat, lower fat, screened. Anyway, it's really cool. I do like sour cream. I'm not huge on honey, but it's really fun to try the differences because I just never could think that there would be that many and that the taste would be just that different from honey to honey and sour cream to sour cream. We already have videos of the vyshyvankas inside, you can see. I have a whole collection. I'm very guilty, I haven't worn any. But this trip I haven't seen a lot of people wearing vyshyvankas. But that's okay. So I got everyone these because, you know, Zelensky, because Zelensky always wears those in the videos. So we all think that is amazing. I mean, And so I thought that was a really good souvenir this time. Everyone I know has everything possible from Ukraine, and I don't even know what to get people anymore. So I try to look for something unique, something that's hand-sewn. Anyway, it gets harder and harder, but I keep trying to be unique and find something that's different. And I thought this was a great place. This square, they sell books and all different types. It's really fun. It's like if you went to, I don't even know what largest garage sale in the world for books, and they've been here as long as I can ever remember, even in like the early 90s. The first time I've ever come here, and I learned for the first time that the statue of the man with the book is Ivan Fodorov, and he created the modern Ukrainian alphabet. So before that, they were using, I don't know, all sorts of signs. This is a great place to talk about one of the greatest misperceptions of surrogates, that they're uneducated or very low education level. This Ukraine in general has one of the highest education levels in all of Europe. And surrogates most often have bachelors, some of them have masters, some of them have even higher degrees like PhDs. Several of them have university degrees even in multiple subjects. So you'll be shocked to know that, or a lot of people are shocked to know that they're so highly educated, and that's important because they need to understand all that they need to do and all that they shouldn't do to make sure that your child is going to be super, super happy and healthy. It is not an easy process. It's not a normal pregnancy. She's going to have to take medicines throughout, adapt, because every human body and every pregnancy is different. So she needs to be in touch with her body and be able to communicate things very accurately so that we're able to ensure that everything is always right. So keep in mind, and when you're meeting your surrogate, that she's going to be highly educated. Yeah, we'll go with it. Anna Karenina, you can make the summary in like 2 sentences, but it takes like, I don't know, 800 pages to tell those 2 sentences. Sorry, Tolstoy. I'm not saying anything else I know like by heart. Most of these are much older. There's like the language I use, which is in Russian, and the language I'm used to working with is more what is called like разговорный, speaking language. They also have like literature language, and it's very difficult. It's like a very different words, even like the one I know all the time is horse, and they can be totally different words. It's like very frustrating. So traditional literature is very hard for me. So I generally read detective stories relatively now, in the last 20 years. And so my favorite is Paulina Dashkova. She's by far my favorite. You can make fun, but they're pretty good sized novels, like 200 pages, great character development. And the best thing about detective stories is I hate when you know from the beginning what's going to happen. So with her stories, I never know what's going to happen. I mean, it's not like a big surprise, but it unfolds like really well. So that like by the time you get to it, you're like, oh my word, that's so unique, and how she developed and how it came to that was great. So I really like her. But I think I have every single one of her book already. Hi. So one of the things that's changed that I didn't immediately pick up on is that they used to put all the buy-sell information, so you could know like which exchange place to go to. But the government ruled that you can't put it up there, so now only the banks have it. And I've asked, but no one quite knows why. But if you go in, I'm sure she won't want me to film it, but if you go in, they're all listed there, and you could always ask. But it says like $1 equals. Today it's 37 and something, 37 and 7, 37 and 9. But like I've said, I kind of just roll everything up to 40 so that I can do decent math. So I want to change something. I've been using, I think I've used like only $100 in hryvnia, because everything is with your card. But I managed to go to the single cafe in the world in Ukraine that said, oh, no card. So I'd like to get just a little. Nobody done. It's posted inside. Unfortunately, it's not in English, but see here, it says $1 is 34 and 4. So this is the rate that they, if you, buy and sell. So, and the euro is higher right now. But again, I count it as 40. We just spoke with a woman that's changing, and of course it's illegal to film, but she said that they took it away because at the very, very beginning of the war, people were panicking about currency and banks and everything, and no one knew what was going to happen. So they took out the listing so that people wouldn't see the fluctuations and worry. And they think that very shortly they'll post it back up because it's been so stable. So